Hello dear students, today we are going to discuss the part 2 of the chapter friction. So in this video I am going to discuss the effects of friction, advantages, disadvantages and fluid friction. So let's start with the effects of friction. The main effects of friction are friction wear out the surface of material. That means due to the continuous rubbing between the surfaces, the contact points on the surfaces will be demolished and it is become smooth. Here you can see this is the sole portion which actually we will get when we buy a shoe. And after continuous usage, the sole portion will get a tear out and it is become smooth. So this is actually due to the friction between the surface of this shoe and the ground. That is one of main important effect of friction. The second one is that friction produces heat energy. For example, just rub your palms each other, then just place it on your cheek. So you will feel some warmth. This is because the friction force exerted between the surface of palms will produce heat energy. This is the reason why your palms feel warm. So that is the second effect. These are the main effects which a friction force releases. Next we are going to discuss advantages of friction. There are many advantages we can observe from our daily life. Let's discuss one by one. Friction enables us to walk freely because the friction exerted between the ground and our leg will enable us to hold the leg on the ground properly. Suppose if there is no friction, for example, you just imagine just pour some oil on the floor and just try to walk on that floor. You can observe you will be fell down because of the lack of friction. So that is why we can say friction enables or friction is very necessary to walk freely. Second one is that friction enables us to write with a pen or chalk. Suppose if you imagine there is no friction between the paper and the pen, tip of the pen, then obviously the ball of the pen will not rotate. Then the ink will not flow to the paper. So that is the second advantages we can observe it. And the third one is due to the friction we are able to fix nail in the wall. Once we beaten a nail by a hammer, slowly it will get penetrate into the wall and finally it will get fixed on the wall. The main reason is the friction force exerting between the inner portion of the wall and the nail hold the nail in the wall. If there was no friction, obviously the nail will come out again. So that is very important to remember. And fourth one is brakes of vehicle works due to the friction. Friction enables to start, stop and change the direction of motion. If you are traveling in a vehicle and if there is no brake, then how will we be able to stop a vehicle? It's not possible. If you are thinking the friction between the ground and the tire of the vehicle will enable us to stop means it need to move long distance. But to stop suddenly, we need to apply brake. There are some portions which connected in the wheel part, that is we call as brake pad. In that brake pad, brake shoe will be there. That brake shoe rub with the wheel portion, rotating portion of wheel, and it is stop the wheel. That means it stop the vehicles. And rubbing of your palm makes you feel warm, especially in the winter season. We can observe that when we rub our palms, that will make feel warm. So which it will be helpful in the winter season. Striking of matchstick produces fire by friction. We already discussed in the chapter combustion and flame, that is to burn, to start fire, ignition temperature is required. So from where will we get that ignition temperature or the heat? It is because when we rub the matchstick with the surface of matchbox, there is a friction force between the head portion of matchstick and the surface of matchbox. And this friction produces heat. Due to that heat energy, the tip of the matchstick will attain its ignition temperature. Finally, it will get burned or it will produce fire. Okay, so these are the main advantages of friction. There are numerous advantages which we cannot list in a simple table. So here I have just taken the important advantages of friction. Now let's move to discuss the disadvantages of friction. First one is it wear out screws, ball bearings or sort of shows tires of vehicles. This already we discussed as a part of effect, because after the continuous relative motion of the parts of machinery, screws, ball bearings or tires of vehicles, the surface will get a tear out. This is the main disadvantage of friction. The second one is that when machine is operated, it causes wastage of energy in the form of heat. For example, just to turn on the mixer grinder in your home, and after some time you just touch on the base part of the mixer grinder, you can observe that this mixer grinder become very hot. It is because of when the motor rotates, the friction between the moving parts will produce friction, and it is actually the wastage of energy. This is because some amount of the electrical energy applied to the mixer grinder is converted into the form of heat energy, which is actually a wastage of energy. These are the two important disadvantages of friction which we need to remember. Now, advantages of friction is the disadvantages of friction. That means the situations which are friction is necessary, we need to increase the friction. And the situations in which the friction act as a disadvantages or evil, we need to reduce the friction. So how can we reduce and how can we increase the friction? Let's discuss that. How can we increase the friction? The sole of shoe is grooved, okay, like this surface. This is actually grooved surface, okay, it is not a smooth one. And the tires of automobiles are treaded. Here you can see the tire of automobile is treaded. There are a lot of treading is there. It is because of this treading, the surface of tire is become rough and the friction will be increased. Because if the tire is become smooth, then the vehicle cannot move properly, and if you are applying the brake, the vehicle will get swept down and it make accident. So to avoid that, for the proper motion, for the proper running of the vehicles, the treading on the tires are necessary. This is the one way we can increase the friction. And brake pads are attached in the brake system of bicycles and automobiles. Here you can see this is the brake pad attached to the bicycle, and this is the brake shoe. So when we apply the brake, this shoe will be rubbing on the rim part of the wheel, which stop the bicycle. So these are the ways we can increase the friction. Now how can we reduce the friction? Powder sprinkled on carom board to reduce the friction. This is, you might be already experienced that when we play in the caroms, we need sometimes the carom coins are not able to move easily. Then we will sprinkle carom powder on the board to make the carom board smooth. Okay, this is because we need to reduce the friction to move the caroms coin easily. The second one, oil, grease or graphite is applied between the moving part of the machineries to make the working of the machine proper. And oil is applied on the hinge of the door to move it smooth. Okay, if it makes some noise when we shut down or open the door, then it's better to apply some oil on the hinge part of the door so that the noise friction will be reduced. Obviously the sound produced by the friction will be reduced. Lubricants. What are the lubricants? Lubricants are the substance which reduce the friction are called the lubricants. Oil, grease is all any substance which reduces the friction. So here some examples are given: oil, grease. These are the examples of lubricants. Now how this lubricant works or helps to reduce the friction? When lubricants applied between the moving part of machine, a thin layer is formed there and moving surfaces do not directly rub against each other. Interlocking of irregularities is avoided and reduce the friction. When the lubricants applied, here you can see this portion representing the lubricants. Okay, so when this lubricant applied between the two surfaces, a thin layer of lubricant is formed, and these moving surfaces do not directly rub against each other because a thin layer is formed between these, so that the interlocking of irregularities is avoided and reduce the friction. This is the way how the lubricants helps to reduce the friction. Now the last topic, fluid friction. Fluid friction means, as we know that the states of matters are mainly three types which we have learned. There are some more states are there, but main three states are gases, liquids and solids. So till now we discussed the friction force exerted by the solids. Now what in case of friction force exerted by the gases and liquids? In science, the combined name of gases and liquid is fluid. Okay, for both liquid and gases, commonly we will call that is fluids, because these liquids and gases do not have definite shape. The friction force exerted by the fluid is called drag. This is a special name which we are giving in case of fluid friction. Actually, all the friction forces actually act as a drag because it is acting in the opposite direction. And the friction force on an object in a fluid depends on three factors. First one is it's the speed of object with respect to fluid. That means when the speed of object increases, obviously the friction force exerted by the fluid also will be increased. The second factor is shape of an object. For example, see here, this is the shape of a rocket and this is the shape of an aeroplane. Why these are made in a narrow shape? The tip point is narrow and this is not in the shape of a cuboid or anything. Instead of that, it is made in the shape of a narrow shape. Clear? Why is the reason? Because to reduce the friction force exerted by the air, which means friction force exerted by the fluids depends on the shape of an object. Clear? Then the third factor is nature of fluid. For example, it's easier to move a vehicle through air than through water. This is because air is lighter than the water. That means that density or the nature of the fluid, whether that fluid is denser, lighter or denser, the friction force will be changed according to that. So these are the three factors which affect the fluid friction. And this is here I have discussed only some important points in this video, and read the chapter thoroughly to get more examples and prepare well for your second term examination. And I wish all the best. In the next video, I will discuss another chapter. Thank you all.